Hello everyone, kind of just wanted to talk real quick about a specific situation. Um, this first video I'm going to explain the general part. The next video that I'm going to send in is actually the day after the event happened to me. That way, can't even remember exactly what it says, but I'm gonna send it over right when I finish this video, right after I send this video. So the point is that I want to explain why LA Fitness is discriminates, but I don't want to just talk about this in a general sense. I want to talk about this as a systemic problem that we have, right? This organization has had problems in the past before, and you can all look it up. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's rear end. So here's the situation that happened to me. I'm in LA Fitness. I'm gonna go over general parts, and then my next video I kind of explain specifics. But I go into LA Fitness. This is January 23rd of earlier this year. I was arrested. Charges got dropped. And now I'm looking at the company, but in a way that's neither here nor there. So I'm in LA Fitness. I'm shooting free throws, right? I come in to shoot free throws at a specific time because I know that in the evening time, like, guys come in. For any of you guys who know basketball, guys come in, they want to run full. You know, you kind of want to be in there when guys are running full and different things like that, causing a whole problem. So I'm in there shooting free throws. Well, these guys come in, not during the busy time, but they come in and they're like, we want to run full court. And I'm like, well, I'm shooting free throws, right? Now I look like I'm like perfect bill of health, but literally I'm not. I'm 100% disabled. I got a lot of problems going on with my body. I can't run full court like I used to. I would love to, but I can't. I'm like, well, I'm the first person there. So I'm like, I'm shooting free throws. After I shoot free throws, then you guys can do whatever. Well, they kind of didn't like that answer. So they went to the front desk. The front desk came back, basically told me I had to leave. I was like, no, you guys don't have rules or regulations on any of that stuff. I'll explain a little bit more in detail of exactly what happened in a later video. But I said, basically, no, I'm not getting off the court because I want to shoot baskets. I'm a paying customer just like everybody else. And then I asked an important question. I said, what are your rules and regulations on using the basketball court? She said, we have none. I'm like, okay, well, I'm shooting free throws. All right, so I continue shooting free throws. One guy, he gets upset, takes my basketball. It wasn't my basketball, so I go. I guess they didn't think I actually had a basketball, so I go and get my basketball. I get my basketball and shoot free throws. Well, this one kid, tall white dude, big white dude. I don't know his name. I say white for a reason because I have to in this case. And I'm shooting free throws. He takes my basketball. He throws it out of the gym. So I make my shot. He takes the basketball from up under the rim, takes it and throws it out of the door of the gym, the basketball court, and then obviously inside the regular gym at LA Fitness. Then he grabs, then he goes out, he goes even further, and he teases me with the basketball. Now, obviously, this is what they're trying to do to get me off the basketball court, right? So right then and there, I immediately call the cops. I'm on the phone calling the cops and telling them, hey, look, y'all need to come down. By the way, I do have records of all this. So I say, y'all need to come down. I'm about to kick this dude's, I ain't gonna say the words, but I was extremely pissed, okay? Extremely pissed. So, in the meantime, the leaders at LA Fitness, or whoever they were, the lady, she was at the front, and the guy, he had my basketball. Now, the guy who stole my basketball is out there with my basketball, teasing me with my basketball. After I hung up the phone, I go out there and I grab the basketball. I kind of like do a push grab, like all in one motion. And he's like, well, you better not touch me again. I'm like, I got my basketball, I don't need to touch you again. Go in there. This happened January 23rd, so a lot of things are not even misconstrued. I remember everything because of the video that I'm gonna show you guys, to give you guys particular exact detail of exactly what happened. But basically, I was shooting after they come in. The police officers come, and he comes into the gym, and he's like, you know, I heard something about stolen basketball. I'm like, oh yeah, that was me. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I got my basketball back, right? So he's like, okay, well, that's well and good, you know. He's like, well, the guys, the front desk here, LA Fitness is charging you with trespassing. I'm like, are you charging me with trespassing? I'm a customer here. I'm a paying customer here. Matter of fact, I even had the extra thing where you can go to any gym in LA Fitness gym in the state of Florida, which a lot of people, if they do see this, they will know that they've seen my face. I've been there before. I played basketball there a lot in different gyms in different LA Fitnesses. So I'm well aware of how things operate in LA Fitness. So that's why I try to go in during a time that's not busy, especially at this gym because it's my main gym that I go to. But anyway, so at this LA Fitness, I'm telling the officer, like, I'm a paying customer. Like, what are you talking about? And I said, on what grounds are you trespassing me? Now, I want everyone to listen to this very closely. This is part of what happens with systemic racism. Now, the law isn't racist, but it allows for systemic racism. So here's what happens. I say this, and the individual, the leader and the girl that were there, or the manager, I guess she's the operational manager or whatever her name is. I say this because they said nothing. And the officer was like, well, they don't have to have a reason to get rid of you. If they charge you with trespassing, you have to leave regardless. There can be no reason whatsoever. This is the state of Florida. Now, we're all wondering why people are all pissed off and upset. We got people dying. We got people being shot and killed. We got all kinds of, obviously we got the big stuff going on. And those are extremely important. I'm only saying this because of the fact that this is what causes a lot of these problems. So the officer tells me in the state of Florida, they don't have to have a reason. Well, I'm like, well, that don't make any sense. That's not right. Now, I don't care about the law. I want to know what's right and what's wrong. And it's wrong for a company to tell an individual to leave for no reason. Now, I get into it after a little bit later because I don't explain the later parts. But anyway, I continue shooting free throws. He's like, you got to leave. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm a paying customer. I'm not leaving. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who called the cops. I'm the one who called you guys about my stolen basketball. And therefore, everything's been taken care of. I'm not leaving, right? So, long story short, they end up arresting me. I go to jail, get out of jail, like I said before. I get bail. My friend bailed me out. I get a lawyer, charges are dropped. I've never been in trouble in my life, people. Like, I've never been in trouble with the law before in my whole entire life. Before the military, after the military, this is the first time I've ever gotten in trouble ever with police. So this whole thing about, oh, well, this person was a drug dealer, or this person was this, or that person was that. No, they have laws. There are laws in which it gives you a reason to be able to, it gives you an excuse or a reason to be able to discriminate against people, which causes people to be angry or upset. It's specifically in my case, I was extremely angry and extremely upset. Now, I'm lucky. Like a lot of other people, some, I shouldn't say a lot, but some other people got shot by cops, beat up by cops, everything else by cops, because they're the ones who call the cops. They're the ones trying to solve a problem, and they're the ones that end up getting hurt. Or people that are trying to solve a problem before it actually happens, or the police get involved and they don't know how to handle a situation. And that's the problem that we're having here in America. Police officers don't know how to handle situations. And not only that, but they're also caught behind the eight ball because their administration is messed up. The justice system is messed up. So you're putting police officers between a rock and a hard place, right? This officer that, the officer that arrested me was an old white man, and he really tried to hurt me as far as putting the cuffs on and everything else in between. I mean, he was all aggressive. Like, I put my hands behind my back, and he's like, if you try to resist, I'm like, my hands are behind my back already. Like, all this is on video camera. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So we have that going on. Now, a lot of people will say, well, if why don't you just leave, right? Well, we're living in a point in time to where, okay, so we're just gonna do what everybody tell us to do. It doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. We just, if we're in the wrong, we can just go ahead. You know what? You're in the wrong. Be the big man. Let me tell you something. I've been a big man all my life. Let me tell you what happens. Nothing happens. That's what happens. There's no solution, as you can see. we have protests. Black dude, 27 years old, got shot. Police officers didn't have tasers on them. That's another problem. I think we should not call it defund the police, but reorganize and redistribute funds for the police and use it in the correct manner. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to get too much into that particular subject. Excuse me. So here's what happened. The charges got dropped. I asked them, I said, hey, look, I go to LA Fitness. I'm like, you guys messed up. Like, I need you guys to at least give me $8,000. Half of that is for the lawyers, and the other half is for all the problems, for everything that has been happening, because obviously it shouldn't have happened. Do you know his response was? Now, first off, I sent this about 4 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, I get this a call. Now, about a week and a half ago, I had a heart attack. I'm only 36 years old, but like I said before, I'm not like in perfect bill of health, but I had a heart attack. I try to stay in shape and everything else in between, but I guess they say it's hereditary or something like that. But anyway, I have a heart attack, right? I'm recovering. I'm in ICU. I get this call from this guy. I wish I was in my right mind, so I could have asked him, like, what was his name, his first, last name, everything else in between. But he was basically calling me to spit in my face. Now, he's trying to do it the nice way, right? Take the upper road. Just talk proper. Mr. Peterson, we're so sorry that this happened to you. You know, this is really an unfortunate situation. Let me tell you something. I'm an individual, never got in trouble in my life. I got something on my record for the rest of my life because y'all asses can't do anything straight, or your administration, LA Fitness, can't solve problems the proper way. I asked them a bunch of questions. I'm not going to talk about it right now because the questions that I'm asked may have to come up later, and I really want everything to be upright. But I asked him a couple of questions. He didn't know the answer to them. You want to know why he didn't know the answer to them? Because the person that did whatever they did was fired. Well, guess what? Oh, not fired. It's let go, not working there. I don't know. COVID happened. So this all happened January 23rd. You all know what happened. Let me tell you guys what happened to me. He said that was an unfortunate event. Okay. All right. Let me tell you the ripple effect of unfortunate events. Okay. So I get arrested. I have to pay for a lawyer, right? I pay for a lawyer in March, which did not give me the ability to pay for my rent in April. I live in my car from April. I lived with off and on with other people all the way up until about 3 weeks ago when I decided to be a roommate with my friend. So I'm in and out, basically living out in my car, and I'm trying to understand, like, this is all because I could not afford to continue to pay the rent, and obviously I was able to save up and then pay the rent, but at the same time, now I'm out of the place, and we all know how renting is going right now with everything else in between, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with it, right? That's why I'm rooming with my friend right now. So all of that being said, that's a ripple effect, right? I'm about to graduate, supposedly. So if I graduate, you know, I have this degree, this master's degree in public administration, that they're going to ask me, well, why were you arrested? Because it's in my records. I'm trying to get it expunged, and I'm still going to ask the question, right? And then, so now I have this whole thing on my record, and it's going to be difficult for me to already get a job. And you guys already know, can probably guess why I'm already behind the 8 ball. So guess what? I got all of this stuff happening to me, and this guy calls me and tells me, well, sir, I'm sorry, but that was just unfortunate and shouldn't have happened. Well, if it shouldn't have happened under your company, then I think you should at least help give the person what they asked for. All I asked for is $8,000, right? So he basically just spat in my face, said it was an unfortunate event, you know, and we're not responsible for anything. I'm like, okay. I asked him a lot of questions. He couldn't answer them, obviously, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna get into why, because a lot of people are asking, what's going on here in America? Why are people pillaging and looting and everything else in between, and all these innocent people and everything else in between? Because nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about them, so why should they care about anybody else, right? That's the mentality that they have. Now, I'm not saying whether that's a right or wrong mentality, but let's look at our laws here. Our laws don't even care whether it's right or wrong. You see my point? So now you're asking people to do what's right because you want them to? instead of, if the justice system was right in the first place, maybe they would do what was right. Maybe there would not even be any looting and everything else in between if the justice system was right in the first place. But here's what's happening. It's also giving people excuses, right? No, not everybody is an intelligent person and realizes that, hey, you know what? Like me, I'm just going to use me for an example. Yes, no, I would not go out and start looting everything. Me personally, I'm not going to go out and start looting LA Fitness because what they did to me, or what they did to somebody else, or because other people have suffered consequences for LA Fitness, or have one guy died on the basketball court, got killed on the basketball court. Another guy, there's a lot of things that's happening with LA Fitness, or dealing with their whole gym situation. And then you have everything else in between. So here's the thing here. Instead, I'm going to show, I wrote a letter. I'm not going to specifically read it right now, but I wrote them a letter and I told them, I said, hey, look here. You guys are about to suffer consequences. And I'm letting you guys know right now on YouTube. I'm letting everybody know. I'm letting the world know. I'm putting everybody on blast. Let me tell you something. They are going to suffer the consequences for their actions. Period. End of story. See, I'm not one of those idiots out there that's just going to go out there and just holler and scream and everything else in between about, it's not right. The country's not right. Everything else in between. No, I'm an action person. I'm going to do it. So guess what? Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to hold this individual. I'm going to hold the individuals at LA Fitness. I'm going to hold the whole company responsible for everything that's going to happen to them. Now, I'm going to show you guys my justice. I'm going to show you guys what a calm, now I'm upset right now, but I'm going to show you guys what a calm, intelligent person does in order to get what they want. Because you know what? No, not get what they want, but even get justice served. Because here's the thing. Here's the problem with America. There's no justice here in America, right? So everything that we're doing right now, yeah, it leads to more injustice, right? So injustice breeds injustice. Our system is not even transparent. Our system is inefficient, to say the least. And do I have the answers? Hell yeah, I have the answers. I really do. And I can talk for hours and hours on end and break everything down on how we can make our police department better. And not just from, me just saying it, but from a financial point of view as well, right? Because we have all these dollars, millions of dollars being sent to them and everything else between their benefits and everything. And a lot of police officers, they don't really make a lot of money. Let's just throw that out there as well, right? They don't make a lot of money. So a lot of people are doing this because they feel some kind of obligation, whether that's a good obligation, bad obligation, but they feel some kind of obligation or empowered to be in a position that they're in right now. So obviously I'm not going to get deep into it, but there's a sensible and efficient way to handle our police departments across the entire world, across the entire globe. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't take a person to graduate from MIT, from Harvard University, or any of these other large schools out there. There's these so-called intelligent people that's running this country. Okay, so let's go back down to what I was speaking about how I feel like LA Fitness discriminates, right? In the state of Florida, not just LA Fitness. LA Fitness discriminates all over, but we'll just talk about in the state of Florida. Well, because of that law, it allows them to be able to do whatever they want and be able to make excuses for everything that they have. So the guy told me, well, Mr. Peterson, dang it, I can't get into it. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, when I was talking with the guy, he was speaking to me about certain things, and then I had to break it down to him, and I asked him more questions, and he was like, oh, well, I don't know. So there's a lot going on. But anyway, I want to let the world know. I want to let everyone else knows. I'm going to show the world. I'm going to show LA Fitness, and I'm going to show the people responsible that you are not going to affect an individual such as me and a lot of individuals for the rest of their life and not take responsibility for your actions. I've been taking responsibility for my actions for a long period of time. All my life, I've been responsible. I never smoked, didn't drink. I don't do anything crazy. I took care of my family, everything else in between, joined the military, came out with an honorable discharge, did everything the right way. And let me tell you something, you still treat it like trash. Let me tell you something, that ain't gonna happen with me. Not in my life. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it for real. We're not going I'm not gonna go out there, like I said before, I'm not gonna go out there. And by the way, I'm not gonna explain it. because I'm just going to do it. Because that's the problem that we have here in America as well. We all talk about how we want to change things and how we want to do things, especially us in the black culture. And I'm going to get on my people as well, because guess what? We need to be taught to, right? All y'all need to be taught to. Everybody need to be taught to, okay? We have to do things our way, and stop doing things the justice system way, because it ain't working. Stop doing things the illegal way, because it ain't working. Let me tell you something. There are things that you can do. There's different ways of doing things. And let me tell you something. I personally agree with something called the law of equivalent exchange, and I really thought about it as I watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, if any of you guys, Full Metal Alchemist period, if you guys know what that means. So basically, I'm not going to go over what the law of equivalent exchange is, but you can kind of guess: energy for energy, everything else in between. So when dealing with law, when dealing with things and when dealing with justice, okay, everything needs to be weighted, right? It needs to be an equal exchange. You affect somebody for the rest of their life, and what do you think is going to happen? You see what I'm saying? So when all these killings and stuff in the streets happening to these people, and everyone's like, oh, well, why are they looting, and why are they doing this, and why are they doing that? Let me tell you something. Those aren't the questions you should be asking. The questions you should be asking is, why in the hell did it even get to this point in the first place in the year 2020? We have the technology, we have the brains, we have the ability to be more efficient, but our whole entire country is inefficient because of how we're doing things. It goes all the way to the justice system, goes even further than that, but I don't want to get into that, because then that's a long period, that's a long story. So be on the lookout for the second video. The second video is going to explain in detail exactly what happened. Now, I would like to hear other people's responses, other people's reviews. Some people think I'm crazy. That's perfectly fine. You can think I'm crazy all I want. But let me tell you something. People are going to look back at this video and they're going to be like, well, he did what he said he was going to do. And that's all I want. That's what should happen. Here in America, that's what should happen. Black people say, okay, all right, you going to do that to us? All right. Here's how we're going to solve the situation. See, I can teach people how to solve a situation. I can teach people how to our people, my people, black people, minorities. I can teach you how to get over on the system, right? Because let me tell you something. You do everything equal for equal. You know, I don't want to get too much into it. Anyway, the point is that I'm gonna get it taken care of. But I wanted to let the world know. I wanted to put this out there. Look, this is what happens. This is what happens here in America. This is why good people, by the way, who do the right things and they're treated like trash, and they say, oh, well, you're not the majority. Okay. All right. Well, guess what? It affects everybody for the rest of their life. So I'm out. Peace out. Thanks for listening to this video. Be on the lookout for the second video, because the second video is probably going to come out right after this. So if you got to this point, I really appreciate you listening to me kind of sort of rant. But anyway, I appreciate it. You guys stay safe out there. This world is crazy. You guys be easy. Take control of your life. Take control of the situation that's happening in this world, and you'll be all right.